The UIL Girls State Basketball Tournament field has officially been set, and a spot was on the line this afternoon at Northside Sports Gym as Clark took on Brennan in the Class 6A Regional Final. Both teams came out firing in the first quarter. Taylor Ross knocks down a three from the wing. That's her second three ball, and it makes it 7-5 Brennan. Clark responds. Ariana Robertson hauls in the deflected pass and finishes to tie it back up. Back down the floor, though, Tyra Sotelo gives Brennan the lead again with a tough floater here, but the Cougars answer right back. Natalie Huff finds Ramsey Robledo in transition for the three. That makes it 13-11 Clark as the crowd comes alive, and then Robertson pops out for a long baseline jumper. The Cougars are up 15-13 after one. Second quarter, Clark pours it on. Caitlin Whitlock hits a corner three on the first play for a 5-point lead. Then check out the ball movement. Cameron Griffin to Robertson, back out to Robledo for another triple. Timeout Bears. Clark leads 26-15, and they keep it going. Robertson hauls in the nice feed and finishes with the lay-in. Clark leads 34-20 at halftime, and they are heading back to state as Class 6A regional champs, 57-38.
I think we came in knowing that we've been here before and that we knew we just had to start in and take care of business. Our shooting, it was a big help, and I just think the experience we had just helped us calm down and do our job.
Definitely feels great having that same level of intensity and competition that we played last year. We knew we wanted to get there, so we used that as our motivation and boost to lead us here, and it feels great, honestly.
We knew that we could do it, but we have a little bit of a different group. We graduated a lot of phenomenal talent, and so I think it feels equally as sweet. Definitely a lot more pressure this year than we felt last year in this moment.
Per Twitter, the Cougars will take on Capel in the state semifinals next Friday at 7 p.m. In Class 5A, the Wagner girls look to punch their own tickets to state, taking on Liberty Hill at Littleton Gym, and the Thunderbirds put on a show in this one. Alina Garza finds Savani Sancho wide open down court for the lay-in, and then a little later, Sancho whips out the Euro step for another lay-in. Wagner's up 40-22 in the third quarter. They just pour it on. L.A. Sneed comes up with the steal on one end, pushes the pace to the other part of the court, decides not to force a shot, kicks it back out to Anaya Bagley for three. That was a good decision. It makes it a 20-point game, and they are not done. This time, Sneed, in a similar situation, puts her head down, goes straight to the basket, draws contact, count it, and one. The Thunderbirds are going to state. 64-48 is the final.
It's an amazing feeling knowing that we're actually going to Alamo Dome. Like, we've been working on this all year just to get to this point.
How about it? I mean, I'm excited. I have all kind of emotions. The girls have worked their butt off since last year. Like, we started like right after the Johnson game last year. We had a team meeting, and we did not want to have that feeling in the first round again like we had against Johnson, and they've been working their butt off since. Every day in the summertime, off-season, preseason. We had a tough preseason just for this reason.
Wagner is back at state for the first time since 2015. They'll play in the Class 5A state semifinals this Thursday night at the Alamo Dome. Bernie is also heading to state. The Greyhounds earned a slice of revenge and defeated Fredericksburg in the UIL Class 4A regional final this afternoon, 49-40. This marks Bernie's second appearance at state in the last 3 seasons. In Class 3A, Lytle almost knocked off Columbus, but came up just a little bit short, 62-59 in the 3A regional final. And finally, DeHennis fell in Class 1A regional final to Netches, 68-34. For the second straight season, the TMI boys had a chance to claim the TAPS 5A state title this year, and they're going to take on St. Michael's Catholic at Robinson High School. Final minute of the first half, kick out to Yashi McKenzie in the corner. That three ball gives the Panthers a 23-22 lead at the break. Second half, finding a little separation here. McKenzie tips it right to Kendrick DeLuna, who finishes with the lay-in, forcing a Crusaders timeout. TMI leads 31-26. Then, after the breather, Jalen Gardner comes up with the steal and gets it ahead to McKenzie, who finishes at the other end. McKenzie had a team-high 19 points. The Panthers are state champs with a 54-46 victory. Coming up later in sports, history at the Convo for UTSA women's basketball, and the Spurs trying to get a win on this rodeo road trip. Hasn't been kind to them so far.
March Madness is starting early.
Can't ask for much more.
Thanks, Andrew. For the record, no comment. Still ahead, we're going to go behind the kitchen door. Why were those employees of this Chinese takeout restaurant hiding from me? And what was in their health inspection report that stopped one customer in his tracks? A Chinese takeout restaurant was temporarily shut down for not having hot water, but that wasn't the only violation cited by health inspectors last month. When I stopped in to ask some questions this week, the employees hid behind their kitchen door.
Quick Walk, located in the 7100 block of Tezel Road, earned an 85 on their January inspection. The inspector found live crawling insects and dead insects throughout the business. Food in the reach-in cooler was stacked on top of other foods without any protective barriers. Their food permit was expired, there was no food manager on site, and food handler certifications were expired. The business was forced to temporarily close because there was no hot water.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
I stopped by this week to see if the business had corrected its violations.
Can I ask you some questions?
But the employees weren't talking. They went off to the back to hide. They even closed the kitchen door.
Is that a no?
While waiting for them to return, I noticed they hadn't posted their most recent inspection. This one was from last year.
So for the record, no comment?
As we were leaving, a customer asked about their inspection. After hearing what was in the report, he immediately had second thoughts.
Nah. You're gonna pass?
No, I'll pass.
Okay.
La Palapa Quetrache in the 1300 block of Kirk Place earned an 80 and a reinspection. The inspector was greeted by an employee's kids running around the restaurant. He then watched an employee use bare hands to grab lettuce. There was no hot water at the hand sink. A cook wasn't wearing a hairnet, and other workers were wearing them the wrong way. Dog food containers were being used to store human food. The inspector told them to remove the containers from the business. Legal Eats, located inside the Cadena Reeves Justice Center, earned an 86. The inspector found 3 live roaches on a pipe in the kitchen, and he found evidence of rodent-chewed plastic, debris, and droppings in several areas. They were told to clean it up and hire pest control services. A tube of roach poison was found on a food storage shelf right above a food prep area. There was no hot water at the hand sink in the kitchen, while another sink had no handles. A missing drip pan from the vent hood resulted in a 6-inch mound of grease. A reinspection was ordered. For Behind the Kitchen Door, Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
A couple of recalls to tell you about tonight. If you have any insulated bottles in your cabinet, you need to listen up. Bindle Bottle is recalling several of its bottles due to a potential lead poisoning risk. The recall includes the 13, 20, and 32-ounce bottles, as well as the 24-ounce bottle that was included in the puppy pack. According to the company, an area of exposed lead in the bottom storage compartment could contaminate unpackaged food. Some symptoms of lead poisoning include abdominal pain, weakness, nausea, and vomiting. The company says so far, no illnesses have been reported. If you have one of these bottles, you can have an at-home repair kit sent to you. Just head over to the company's website and fill out a request form.
Meanwhile, more than 1 million Halloween and autumn-themed candles are being recalled after reports of glass cracking causing burns and cuts. I don't know if many of you have some of these things still left around the house, but the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says the recall covers certain scents of mainstay 3-wick candles that include jack-o'-lantern, mystic fog, warm apple pie, warm fall leaves, fall farmhouse, pumpkin spice, and magic potion. The recall notice cites a dozen reports of candles burning too close to the container's edge, causing the glass to crack. The 14-ounce candles were sold at Walmart stores nationwide online from September through November of 2022. That's why you might not have them left anymore. Coming up, having fun in the sun combined with taking a supplement could help you increase a necessary vitamin in your body. It's what doctors are telling patients who are vitamin D deficient. A so-called invisible epidemic is affecting more and more people, and chances are you might have even been told you have a vitamin D deficiency.
The National Institutes of Health says it's a result of the pandemic. Ursula Perry explains why and how spending more time in the sun is not your only solution.
It's no secret we spend more time with our screens indoors than previous generations, and that's a problem because vitamin D is critical to balancing many areas of health, from pediatric broken bones to cluster headaches. The so-called sunshine vitamin is powerful, especially when it comes to fighting viruses.
The main effect that we're talking about with vitamin D really has to do with the immune system itself and just fighting off the virus rather than counteracting some of these things such as blood clotting and reversing low oxygen levels.
We know that in
our patients' specimens that were removed and put into tissue culture, vitamin D shuts down the stromal cells.
A person can get vitamin D in 3 ways: through the skin, from their diet, and from medically prescribed supplements. The National Institutes of Health recommend 400 international units of vitamin D for newborns up to 12 months, 600 for children and adults up to 70 years old, as well as breastfeeding women, and 800 international units for adults 71 and up. For people who are very close to the normal vitamin D level, which is 30, experts recommend adding more vitamin D to your diet.
For example, mushrooms, salmon, halibut, herring. Milk is fortified with vitamin D, eggs, that sort of thing.
Of course, spending more time outdoors can increase your vitamin D levels, but if you wear sunscreen, that can interfere with your skin's ability to produce it. Doctors, chances are, will recommend a supplement, and depending on your condition, they'll determine how long you need to take it, how often you need to take it, and how much you need to take. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
And speaking of which, didn't see a whole lot of sunshine out there earlier today. In fact, taking a look outside with live cam, you can actually see the cloud cover that is still in place here tonight. That's going to be the story through the overnight hours and especially through the first half of the day tomorrow. And then after that, I think tomorrow afternoon, we could find a few peaks of sunshine out there and then even more sunny skies as we head into the beginning of next week. Quick look at the almanac data for today. Honestly, pretty seasonable out there. Low of 50 officially here in San Antonio. A high of 69 over at SA International earlier this afternoon. 74 in Pleasanton was the daytime high, stretching over to Hondo as well as Uvalde. 81 in Carrizo Springs, 82 in Cotulla. Right now, we're sitting in the low to mid 60s in and around Bexar County. Likely not going to see those temperatures budge a whole lot through the overnight hours as we do start to see that patchy fog and drizzle then develop. And then the big story into next week is, yes, going to be that sunshine returning, but the warming temperatures that come along with it. We'll get you another full look at the back half of the weekend's forecast and next week after the break.
Well, it's a great day to be outside today. Some nice cool temperatures. The air felt great. If you like that, sorry about you tomorrow. Crank up the humidity. Put your hair up. It's going to be humid.
Yeah, it's going to be humid. It's going to be windy. It's going to be warmer. Pretty different than what we saw out there earlier today, but we could find some sunshine out there tomorrow afternoon. And then if you like that spring-like feel, you like those warmer temperatures, next week is going to be the week for you. But let's talk about that increasing humidity, because through the overnight hours, we've got south winds in place here. And remember, that's going to ramp up even more so tomorrow. What those south winds do for us: pump in additional moisture. So how we measure that moisture in the low levels of the atmosphere, those dew point temperatures, those are going to continue to rise as we head into the back half of the weekend. And because of that, that's when we are expecting that patchy fog to develop, as well as some drizzle and some mist out there for Sunday morning plans. And you can see that especially across portions of the Rio Grande and our far western counties, especially Del Rio. I was looking at some of those observations just a second ago and already seeing some of that fog and mist development, reducing some visibility out that way. In and around the San Antonio metro, no really big issues right now, but I do think by wake up time tomorrow morning, if you're stepping out for any Sunday morning activities, probably going to see some reduced visibility in spots. So a good idea to plan on giving yourself a little bit of extra time out the door. And remember, along with it, yes, a few sprinkles, maybe some drizzle out there and mist. Overall, just kind of a damp start to the back half of the weekend. So it wouldn't hurt to maybe keep the umbrella in the car just in case you need to briefly use it. And then we'll see that dry out as we head into the second half of the day. Temperature wise, again, we're not really going to see those temperatures and thermometer readings right now budge a whole lot through the overnight hours. I think we'll start off in the low 60s here in San Antonio first thing tomorrow morning, around 73, low 70s by lunchtime, which at that point is already warmer than our daytime highs for this afternoon. And then tomorrow afternoon, about 10 degrees warmer than what we saw out there earlier today, with partly cloudy skies taking over by the later portions of the afternoon, and then those temperatures climbing into the upper 70s and low 80s across south central Texas. And it will be windy out there with some wind gusts upwards of about 25 to even 30 miles per hour at times. Those winds will continue in some way, shape, or form as we head into our Monday as well. Let's talk drought. This was the latest drought monitor update that was released last Thursday. The vast majority of our area still included in some form of drought classification. Severe drought for places like Pearsall, stretching over to Carrizo Springs, Bracketville out there in Kinney County. In and around San Antonio, especially the northern half of Bexar County, we're in that highest category of drought, exceptional drought. And unfortunately, we're not looking at any drought-busting rain chances here over the next week or so. We've just got that drizzle possible tomorrow morning and then into tomorrow night as we see this low pressure system approach from the west. Just a stray isolated light shower possible before the sun comes up on Monday morning. Better chances of finding that east of the San Antonio metro area. The better dynamics for that system associated with that well off to our north. In fact, the severe risk, no severe weather here, but the severe risk issued by the Storm Prediction Center, especially for portions of Oklahoma, 4 out of 5 risks Sunday night. All hazards possible, gusty winds, isolated hail, even a few tornadoes near Oklahoma City. So we'll be monitoring that for our friends farther up to the north. But again, not expecting any severe weather here, just that very, very isolated chance for a stray shower. Because not everybody's going to tap into the activity as drier air pumps in on Monday, likely going to see some high fire danger there as well. And then those warming temperatures into the middle of next week. An isolated chance with that next front Thursday night. Hopefully, as the data continues to come in, maybe we can bump that up just a little bit. So we'll keep eyes on it, guys.
All right, Mia, thank you.
It has been a long and lonely ride for the Spurs out on their rodeo road trip. They're still scanning the horizon for their first win, Andrew.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah. Since they left, we knew the wins would be tough to come by, especially considering the losing streak they had when they started it. Tonight, they at least started the game well, and they had a chance to pull it off. When we come back, the Spurs put on a great effort in Utah. Can they break the skid? Plus, history in the convo for UTSA women's basketball. Got that too next.